Good afternoon, and welcome to the first 10-minute Your Lunch Break Red Light. Yes, that's right, your lunch break red light. Why? Well, because I feel that most people head to lunch at noon, and it's a great time to stop and reflect, maybe, on the last few hours since you started work this morning. Sometimes we hit that speed bump before we even get midway in the day. And that is what this is all about. So, my name's Nick. I'm the gifted bipolar writer, and I am a new member of the 2350 network. I made a decision at the end of last year that I was going to try new things, and one of them was wanting to rejoin a community where I could establish new connections and build more meaningful relationships. After having a prior experience being in a community that did a lot of really good for me, um, in the end, I chose to step away. And, this morning I had the opportunity to co host Leslie Flowers' Mind Over Matter Mondays. And one of the virtues, or the virtue we discussed, was trust. My share on that, I guess, is that I have always led with trust, and I am certainly glad that I do. So when the opportunity arose to join a group, I had the time. 2350 was it for me. So I'm going to bring on Damian Kinsey, one of the co-founders of this network, and we really would like to hear from Damian what the concept for this was all about. Certainly very catchy. Hi, Damian. Thank you so much for joining me.
Hi, Nicole, Nick. Thank you for having me. I'm happy to be one of the first people on this conversation and join your mid-time lunchtime break.
Wonderful. And it's funny, this lunchtime break, just a couple of weeks ago, I probably would not have been able to join, far less to host this. And for me, joining the network already in just such a short space of time has lent to some of the more recent decisions I've made. Um, that level of comfort, that level of knowing that there are opportunities surrounding me. Darren, how did you come up with this concept of 2350 over 10?
So let me start by saying I'm with you. Under normal circumstances, I wouldn't be able to join. I am on to have the day off today, and the over 10 part is yours. The 2350 concept came about when I would have these conversations with people, individuals, whether it's family, friends, and people always talk about when you have these conversations and be like, how was your day? And they will always talk about my day was bad, this, if they were talking about a bad day. Granted, if they were talking about a good day, they would talk about so many things. And then when I would ask and say, how long was that? And it'll be 5 or 10 minutes. It'll be 5 or 10 minutes that disrupts the whole 24 hours for an individual. It'll be that time when somebody cut them off in the car, someone stepped on their feet, or when they got bad feedback at work, or something didn't go their way. And we would I would notice that people would get stuck in the cycle of this 5 or 10 minutes and let it disrupt the other 24 hours. So the whole concept is don't let 5 or 10 minutes of a bad moment disrupt the other 23 hours and 50 minutes of your day.
I love
Live in
it.
the moment of life. That's what it came about. In my for the virtual wellness experience where you have the picture at, it was the virtual wellness summit last year. My presentation was the 2350 concept, and I was doing a concept, but then myself and Dr. Faran were meeting, and we were thinking about building this network. We had a different name for a different reason, which is really still a great name. And she was like, since we can't use that, let's use the 2350. I was like, sure, no problem. And then that's what the 2350 network came about, because it's all about those opportunities where we're focusing on the good things that push us along. And we need help, we need support, and we can't do it alone. Like we said, this is not my network, this is not her network, this is everyone's network. We want the members to do whatever they want. Thus, you're doing losing 2350 over 10. Over 10 is your part. That's your concept you came up with. So kudos to you.
You know, it's already incredible to me that I have joined a network where I am not just valued as a member of the group, but I'm celebrated for my uniqueness, and my creativity in this matter to choose this type of a title. And I guess because it spoke to me, the 2350 spoke to me, and I was that person. I was that person that will lose 23 hours and 50 minutes of my day over 10 minutes quite often, because that is all I focused on for the rest of the day until I went to sleep. I could not stop replaying the situation, the moment in my mind. And I had to reach a point where I needed to build that awareness. And it's almost like now that I have gotten to that point, I find a network and I'm like, oh, this really speaks to me. I gotta go. I gotta get in. So, will you share with us a moment maybe when you had such an experience?
Yeah, I have them all the time in life. I can always recall like things were really going well growing up at points in time in my life, and then there was a period where it just didn't go well. And as a kid, I kept faith, and I was grateful for the things that I had and I didn't have. And then when that moment passed in our lives and our family, um, I reflected on it like, it was a moment. There's always somebody who I had a roof over my head. We had food. Things wasn't going the way it used to be, but I said to myself, there's always somebody who will always trade places with me. And I've always walked with that. That there's somebody who, as worse as your situation is, as bad as frustration, whatever you're going through, and anytime it gets really, really bad or dark, I stay in gratitude and positivity. Say, at this moment will pass, and it is somebody out there who will love to trade places with me. And as long as I have, what, my faith and believing that, what, this too will pass, and I'm healthy, everything else I can work with. Being alive is an opportunity to work and move forward. So as long as I have that, I have opportunity. So I just live in that.
I think that oftentimes we forget to be thankful, whether it's intentional or not. We're going about our lives, and the pace at which things move. And it's so easy to take for granted some of the smallest things that they're just there, so you forget. Um, Leading from that place of gratitude, I could see how you would choose to focus on the other 23 hours and 50 minutes in the day versus the 10. It's no different for me, I guess, if I come from work and my husband says, how was your day? Why would I want to share the 10 minutes of really annoying time versus all else that I accomplished in the other 7 hours and 50 minutes I was there? Like, why not bring the good part of everything to him? And I feel the same way. Like, it's okay, you're gonna vent sometimes, but that can't be the norm. It sets the precedence for so many other things. So um, I do believe that in the graphic of the picture behind me is the QR code for the virtual wellness experience coming up March 21st and March 22nd. I am thrilled to have the opportunity to be a speaker at this wellness experience. I have supported some of the prior events, and now that I get to take part in it, I get to speak about owning my bipolar brilliance but one step further in business. Because I did recently step away from my full time job to become a full time entrepreneur. And when you think about stepping stones, this is probably the best first stepping stone I could have taken. So thank you for you and Dr. Tania, um, not just coming up with this concept, but having a foundation in your minds for it and choosing to act on it and build out on it. Because that, that's really going to help a lot of people, not just personally, professionally, but I think it's going to help a lot of people just with their inner growth and being able to build that level of awareness, to not focus in on that 10 minutes. So we're going to do this every single day this week at 12 p.m. for 10 minutes, although we're 11 now. We want to catch you on your lunch break. We want to make sure if for those first 4 hours you are in work, 3 hours you are in work, you hit a speed bump, it's 10 minutes. Do not give up the rest of your day. So we'll tune in again tomorrow at 12. We will have another guest on with us, and they're going to share with us why did they join the 2350 network. And I want to hear about an experience. I will share mine this week too. All right, everyone.
Can I say one thing?
Absolutely.
That's what the experience is about, and that was about. Where do you go from last year? You attended the virtual wellness summit. This year you're presenting in the summit, and you're doing your own lives with the whole you making the 2350 thing your network your own, and we're so happy that you're doing that. So kudos to you, and big congratulations on the new journey, making it full time. I know you're gonna do great because what do you have somebody who does 3 books at one and put them out? That is pure genius. So you definitely are going to do well. Lean on your village, whether they're in the network or not, at your home, and continue to be great. So that's all I have to say. And thank you, Nicole.
Oh, gosh. That means a great deal. And no doubt we have much more to do together. Um, I look forward to all there is to come in the network. All right, Damian, thank you for joining us today. I know that this was an off chance, and if this isn't the universe trusting that we needed to be here at this moment. All right, I will see you guys tomorrow at noon. Bye bye.